Just close your eyes, please. Keep your eyes closed. As you are seeing the source of all virtues of individual, intelligence, whether it is kindness, forgiveness, absence of delusion, non-violence. Any of these emotions, they have a beginning. Just as now listen to that peacock sound, or you're listening to my speech. All these sounds have a beginning in the silence which is beginningless. You do not begin with a built-up, the formless space, beginningless, a form, a house, a tree, begins to grow in the formless space. Same way within. Long before a single simple thought gets built up to a huge emotion, you are with a beginningless, unborn awareness. And that is what Bhagavan says. Yomam ajam anadimcha vetti lokam maheshwaram asammuda samartyeshu sarva papi vimuchyate. Yaha, whoever he may be, knows me, ajam anadim, the unborn beginningless. Who you are is that unborn, beginningless existence awareness. Thoughts begin, perceptions begin. As you sit down, you must see and be that unborn, beginningless existence. In which the thoughts begin. You are conscious of the arrival of every thought. You shall know how to use it. That is where comes your buddhi, intelligence, jnanam, knowledge, asammoha, absence of delusion. You no more take yourself to be what you have. Who you are is effortless. What you have to wait for. You have a thought, you have to wait for it. You have to wait for a memory to flash, like you wait for a sound. It's no waiting for silence. You wait for my speech, but never for the silence. Speech can be my speech, your speech, my sound, your sound. Sound of a bird, the sound of a waterfall. But there is no my silence, your silence. Bird silence or animal silence. There is no waiting for silence. Beginningless, unborn, ever existing. In my thought, your thought. My memories, your memories. There is no my consciousness, your consciousness. It's one and the same. Like the space, as much your body moves in space, that much my body. But either of us do not carry the personal space. Self-awareness, beginningless, unborn. Always in meditation. That is why meditation is not an activity. It's your being, who you are. Effortless, spontaneous, immediate. You may wait for a thought, a projection. No waiting for meditation. It's your being. That is the source of your intelligence, your knowledge, your non-violence, acceptance, compassion. Nothing touches anymore. Just be the silence awareness. Stunnandidivestavaihi Vedeshangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayantiyam samagaha Dhyanavastitadgatena manasa Ashantiyam yoginaha Isyantam navidusura suragana Tasmai. Just see these things, friends, see. More and more you are conscious. You shall be aware of every thought as if in the beginning. And therefore, long before the thoughts become a speech or an action, you are conscious. And therefore, so deliberate that you can use that word, use that thought as you like. That is why even a rude word can be used as a term of endearment. Even your anger can appear as love and affection. It's like a knife. You can use to cut a throat and kill. You can operate and heal somebody. You can cut a vegetable, open something. The same weapon, apparently dangerous, but you must know how to use it. Same way, every word, every thought. Please understand, no emotion is right or wrong. It depends how you use it. So be conscious. Then every word you speak, every action that you undertake has a touch of this infinite bliss, absolute that you are. Call it God if you choose. And that is what Bhagavan says. Hey Arjuna, mattaiva pruthagvida. All these noble virtues, qualities come from me, mattaiva. When he says comes from me, do not conclude that it comes from God, comes from Krishna. No, mattaiva, from me. The eye of the Ishvara and the eye of you, one and the same. That is why so much study is involved, and long before you go into the eye of Ishvara, first you understand the I in yourself, who you are. As long as you take all that you have to be who you are, you shall be angry, defensive, insecure. If you take the body to be yourself, a body you have, if you take the body to be yourself, the body is dying, aging, changing, every moment insecure. But if you see who you are and you know that you have a body, then use this body for the best possible way. As long as it is there, you use it. When it goes, it makes no difference because your existence is independent of the existence of this body. When a body itself has no sense of dying and living, aging or changing, why are we worried about it? That is because of lack of self awareness, understanding of yourself. Use the body as a beautiful instrument, as even your sense organs, so also all your thoughts and memories. Every memory, whatever it may be, is beautiful because it is yours. Don't say happy, unhappy memories. Good, bad, it's a memory. Depends how we use it. Just see these things clearly. Now, please, you have seen it enough. Now go into the next two verses. Please read verse number 6, please. Maharshaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastatha madhvava manasa jataha yesham loka ima prajaham etam vibhuti yogam cha mama yo veti tattvataha so vikampena yogena yujyate natra samsayah maharshaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastatha madhvava manasa jataha yesham loka ima prajaha etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo veti tattvataha so vikampena yogena yujyate natra samsayah. So beautiful, you see. When you approach this knowledge, it should not be with an attitude of God is somebody, something separate, sitting down somewhere. He has all the vibhutis, glories, I am so useless, ordinary. No. That is how we begin in our ignorance. Like looking at a wave standing apart from the ocean. Looking at a cell in your body as though standing apart from the total organism called the human body. Nothing in this creation stands isolated, alone. Your individuality isolates you. Body has no sense of separation from the universe. The individual, any tiny substance, has no sense of separation, alienation, isolation from the totality. Even the animals also don't have that sense of separation. That is why in Sanskrit they are known as vimukta. Vimukta means visheshena mukta, liberated. Only thing is, animal is not aware of it. Whereas human beings are not only conscious but self-conscious. That is a curse for the individual, a blessing for the individual. A curse because you are conscious and you are self-conscious. I am this body. And therefore, you isolate the body from others. Understand? It's a blessing because when you go through that conflict, you want to resolve it. And resolving the conflict is to be aware of yourself, the source of the word I. Then you know you are free. Animals may be free, but they don't know that they are free. That is why deep sleep. Deep sleep is such a blissful state, but it's not that blissful because you are not aware that you are blissful. Samadhi, that's the difference between Nidra, Samadhi. There's a difference between Nidra is Naham Janami, Nakinchit Janami. Either I know myself, I don't know anything else. Blissful state. Ignorance is bliss. Neither I know myself, nor I know anything else. But that's not awakening. Samadhi is you are not aware of anything, but you are aware that you are not aware. Totally conscious. And even if you are aware of something, Samadhi doesn't go away. Savikalpa Samadhi. You are with yourself, you are aware of names and forms. Now the names and forms disappear, maybe thoughts disappear, but you are with yourself. And your being with yourself is not any way inconvenienced by the appearance of a thought, presence of a body, or the engagement in some perception. That is why it becomes living, liberated. Living because your body is existing, perception takes place, thoughts are happening, but liberated because you are aware of yourself. So the sense of isolation, please appreciate. Nobody suffers a sense of isolation except human beings because of the individuality. So the individuality which appears to be a curse becomes a great blessing when you go to the source of it. Beautifully symbol-wise represented with the snake in the neck of Shiva. That's the most beautiful symbol. The snake isolated, in self-defense it will be hissing at everybody. It becomes a dushana, a curse. The same snake in the neck of Shiva is a bhushana, an ornament, an adornment. And is no more hissing at anybody. Why? Sheltered in the body of limitless. It has no sense of isolation, separation. The same I, the individuality. Previously, when there is a sense of isolation, hissing at everybody. The moment it is aware of itself, who it is, now you use the word I, but no more affected by anything. Understand that. Consciously, therefore now use every one of your thought. And long before a thought becomes an action, you are also very conscious and choose to express your thought as a speech or action. Can you do that? That is where comes your wisdom, reflected in living. Mattaiva pruthak vidha. All these bhavanti bhava bhutanam, non-violence, sameness, fulfillment, charity, glory, intelligence, knowledge, all this, natural to every person. That is why nobody is comfortable being angry, restless, unhappy, miserable. Please understand, no human being shall feel comfortable being angry, restless, complicated. No human being. They don't know how to be happy. They don't know how to be kind. That is why the person is so complex, so cruel. If he knows how to be happy with himself, it It is so tiring to be complicated, you know that? It is so tiring to be angry, restless, agitated. Because you have to maintain it. Think. Do you have to maintain silence? Listen carefully. To maintain silence, what should you do? To produce sound, go on talking. To produce silence, what should you do? You don't have to say, stop talking. Who are you to stop talking to produce silence? The silence is not absence of your speech. Even if you talk also, silence is there, uncreated. To be happy with yourself, what should you do? Understand? So all qualities become so beautiful, so effortless. That is why you are consciously sitting down, being with yourself again and again. And towards that, these revelations help. Bhagavan says, Maharshaya saptapurve chatvaro manavastata madhava manasa jata esham loka ima praja. Here, Arjuna, everything indeed a part of me. As if no wave can come outside the ocean. No sound can be created outside the womb of silence. No form, no thought can be created outside the consciousness, the formless. Everything has its content in the awareness that you are. That is why there is a possibility of being yourself. Understand? That is why the creation, remember the creation example. This is 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I don't have to go to ABCD again. Are you getting that? When you think of the consciousness, think of the creation, it is nothing but the appearance in awareness that you are. So that is why you see yourself. Even if the body is, the bodiless awareness is not lost. Even if the thoughts appear, awareness that yourself is never lost. From that, everything happens, everything appears. And this is the vibhutim yogam. Etam vibhutim cha yogam cha. This is the glory of God. When it's a glory of God, it's your glory too. Because never understand. At no time, God can say I without including me. That we have seen very clearly, and remember it always. You cannot represent the earth with a globe without yourself being represented there. Imagine Mr. Earth standing in front of you, embodiment of earth, or Mr. Universe standing in front of you. The whole thing takes a form. Make it easier, the globe, representing the whole earth. In that tiny globe, your body is represented. However tiny it may be, your body is represented. Without your body being a part of it, the globe is not a globe, it shall be incomplete. It's a representation, and globe is not the earth. Globe represents earth, but the globe by itself is not the earth. Understand? When you give these forms to Ishvara, Krishna, Rama, Shiva, all these beautiful symbols. Blue bodies is not because congenital heart defect. The blueness stands for the infinity expanse. In that body, I am represented. So when he says, call it he, call it she, call it it, God is not a man or a woman or neuter. It is masculine, feminine, neuter, neither masculine, neither feminine, nor neuter. Saguna, nirguna, call as you like. He or she cannot say I without me being included, individuals being included. That is the vibhuti. That is why when you listen to the glory of the totality, there is no sense of jealousy, fear, or restlessness, or limitation, but a sense of fulfillment. Because when he says I, body is included. Even if you don't want, you are taken in. Resistance begins from the individuality. Body has no resistance. Thoughts don't resist. Awareness, always beautiful. Listen to the voice of dissent, and that is I, individual. When that is included, that is the only thing to be given up by the individual. Before you offer something to God, find out for yourself what is that something he or she doesn't have. He is everything, he has everything. She is everything, she has everything. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu sarvarupena santita. That Devi, that mother, who exists in all beings as all beings. Or call it Vyapakatvad Vishnu, who is all-pervading. Call it Vishnu if you like. Everywhere existing. He is everything, he has everything. Only thing he doesn't have is me, the individuality. Who is ready to offer something? When do you think you shall offer something to somebody? When you know that other person doesn't have it, you want to offer it. What is that he doesn't have? He has everything. Now you have isolated your body, given to him to whom it belongs. You have isolated your memories, given to him to whom it belongs. And where the isolation comes, not that the body feels isolated, memories feel isolated. You have isolated the package, the thoughts, your memories and your body. So this I thought, which stands separate, is the only thing which is creating the separation. He doesn't even, this I seems to separate itself from the totality. So if you want to give something to God, what shall you give? Only yourself, the I thought. No other thing. Even your anger, your hatred, your jealousy, your pain, your pleasure, you don't have to give. Why? He already says, Matta eva, it's all mine. When he has claimed it, what is the question, am I giving it? You understand. And by chance, you refuse to give, you usurp, you encroach upon his property, body, you are punishable only by death. This body shall pass. So give up. Only one thing, individually. Happily giving up. Why? When you understand the limitation, that this name makes the nameless limited, immortal, mortal. Will you hold on to that I? Counteract it. You don't have to kill it. Around Shiva's neck, is there a living snake or a dead snake? Think. Around Shiva's neck, is there a living snake or a dead snake? It's a living snake, not a dead snake. So ahankara must be killed. Why are you using this language of violence? Killing everybody? Let it be sustained, but completely under your control. It's an adornment. Ahankara is so beautiful, if you know how to handle it. Is it not true? A tiger is vicious, but suppose you can make a tiger a pet, how do you like it? Everybody will be wondering at you, no? Think, everybody, somebody is walking with a dog, you go with a tiger. Who people will look at? Look at a mongrel? Suppose I come with a tiger with me. Oh, everybody will throw the dogs, throw everything. Oh, why? Man, master the tiger. Ahankar is like that. You have mastered it. The most disturbing one is now completely yours. You use the I thought. Use it. Please, use it. There's a difference between you are driving a car and car driving you. You drive the car, you are in destination. Car drives you, you are in hospital. You drive the body, fantastic. Body drives you, crazy. You drive the thoughts, blessing. Trust the thoughts drive you, miserable. You use the word I, beautiful. You lose yourself in the I. If the I helps you to lose itself in it, you are in trouble. Therefore, when you appreciate, it becomes so beautiful. It becomes a vibhuti, a glory, a lovely snake. Evam yo vetti tattvata. Hey Arjuna, one who knows tattvataha vetti, that everything comes from me. Sa abhikampena yogena ujyate natra sansaya. Hey Arjuna, in this, may you have no doubt. Make no mistake. Atrana sansaya. Make no mistake. What? Abhikampena yogena ujyate. Such a person remains absolutely steady. Abhikampena yogena. In that yoga, there is absolute steadiness. In that understanding, that wisdom, there is no wavering, no doubt. It is free from doubt and error. The person abides in himself for all times to come. Samyak darsana sthairya lakshenena ujyate. Samyak darsana, seeing things as it is. That is why knowledge. Knowledge means it should be free from doubt, free from error. Sansaya viparyaya rahita jnanam. Knowledge means, it's a very tight definition. Knowledge means it should be free from doubt, free from error. Sansaya rahita, viparyaya rahita. It should be free from doubt, free from error. See the tight definition of it. Because sometimes you can have doubt-free knowledge, but it can be erroneous. Earth is flat. For most people, doubt-free, erroneous. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, doubt-free, erroneous. Because there are huge, where millions of earth can be engulfed. Sky is blue, doubt-free, erroneous. Sun is rising and setting, doubt-free, erroneous. Horizon meets, doubt-free, erroneous. I am the body, doubt-free, erroneous. Why? Subject to correction and verification. Earth is flat, doubt-free, erroneous. Why? Subject to correction and verification. Somebody finds out, earth is round. Oh. Everybody was thinking sun is rising and setting. Sun never rises and sets. Sun is, earth is moving. Must be doubt-free, erroneous. And this knowledge, when it takes place, listen carefully. When you get this knowledge, doubt-free, error-free. The sun never rises. Sun is steady, earth is moving. Please listen, this is very important. Because of your knowledge, please watch out. Because of your knowledge, the perceptions do not change. And your perception doesn't anyway affect the knowledge. Because of your knowledge that the sun never rises, never sets, the perception doesn't change. Not that suddenly you see steady sun. You continue to perceive sunrise, sunset, yet your knowledge is not affected. Because of your perception of a flat earth, knowledge that the earth is round, unaffected. And because of your knowledge that the earth is round, you don't start perceiving round earth. Your flatness continues. Sometimes you function from the standpoint of perception, sometimes you standpoint function of the knowledge. Both way. Are you getting that? Sometimes from the perception, sometimes from the knowledge. Exactly the same way. I am the body, doubt-free, erroneous. I am the mind, doubt-free, erroneous. I am this I thought, doubt-free, erroneous. When you get this knowledge of yourself, who you are, now you know these identifications were wrong. But because of that perception, but because of this knowledge that aham, shivoham, I am the absolute all-pervasive, perception of the body doesn't change. Perceptions of a thought do not change, they continue. And because of the perception of the body, still hungry, still aging, still changing, knowledge that I am the absolute doesn't get affected. Living liberated. How nice. When you take it literally, that is where you make a huge mistake. Ahankara nasa, I thought must go, the world disappears, what is there to see the world? Are you nuts? Just because you see the water, the waves disappears? Previously you saw the wave as the wave, now you see the water as the content. But because if you see the water as the content, the wave ceases to exist? No. You play with the waves, but when the wave disintegrates, you don't cry, because water continues to play. That is how your wisdom manifests in every moment of your life. Because of the knowledge that I am all-pervasive, mattah parataram nanyat kinchidas, there is nothing other than me. Yet your tiny body continues to exist. And because the perception of body continues, the knowledge that I am the absolute never gets affected. Abhikampena yogena. This is known as the sthiram yogam. Absolutely steady, unshakable wisdom. That is why they call it as the sthano niskandana nyaya. You must see that this knowledge of yourself is absolutely steady, unshakable. Nobody can shake it. That is why you are not afraid of any challenge. You are not afraid of questioning. Long before somebody questions it, you question it yourself. That is why it brings you so much of freedom. Like the nyaya they use is the logic that if you want to, when you are digging a hole to fix up a pole, what do? You put that bamboo in the hole, then fix it from all sides. Why? Then you shake it up a little. Is it steady or shaking? If it's still shaking, you give a little more knocks. Why? So that it is really steady. Now think of yourself. Your knowledge is steady or shaking? If by somebody's challenge you feel challenged, shaken, you don't understand. So all fanatics are great. The fanatics are unshakable. The fellow will kill himself, but he will not give up his stupid idea. We are not talking of fanaticism. Knowledge of your being yourself, who you are. Unshakable. Because you see things as it is. You don't dismiss the body, dismiss anything, but you recognize yourself as you are. Where there is no more the body possesses a challenge. Perceptions no more a challenge. Thoughts no more a challenge. Everything beautiful, you know exactly how to handle it. So avikampena yogena ujjati. Hey Arjuna, that person remains absolutely steady with himself. Atra na sansaya. Don't have any doubt in this. So look at yourself. Do you have that wisdom? Doubt-free, error-free. Yes, sir. Okay? Having told this, further continues. Read. Aham sarvasya pravaha matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam udavava samanvitaha aham sarvasya prabhavah matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Beautiful. Kidrushena abhikampena yogena. How does this person abide in himself? Please see. Aham. This language is amazing. You have to watch out, okay? I've already so many times explained to you, but see it. Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate. Hey Arjuna, I am the one from which everything comes. There is nothing which stands separate from me. When Bhagavan says that, Krishna says that, usual interpretation is from Krishna everything has come, so only Krishna must be seen everywhere. Watch out. Aham sarvasya prabhava. I. When Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhava, matta sarvam pravade, I am the one from whom everything comes. Now that I, you must know that his I and your I, one and the same. From the standpoint of the physical body, when you look at it, please see. When you have one body at your disposal, he has all the bodies at his disposal. Watch out. Just like you take your own physical example. When you say I, the entire body reverberates with it. From tip to toe, I am. Every cell is included. Imagine every cell also has an individuality. When two cells are talking among themselves, two hands are talking among themselves. Suppose the left hand says, I am left hand. This one says, I am right hand. Now left hand is talking to right hand. How are you? Are you tired? You are carrying the bag all the time. Left hand is talking to the right hand. Now imagine, the left hand is talking to the right hand. You are carrying the bag all the time. You must be very tired. What bag all the time? I have no bag now. You are watching, you are tired, carrying that watch all the time. You are tired. Suppose both are talking themselves. The eye of the left hand and eye of the right hand seemingly separating them. But when the body says I, you say I, what happens? Can the left hand stand apart? Can the right hand stand apart? Any cell stand apart? Any limb can stand apart? Any body can stand apart? Nothing. When you say I, everybody is included. So as much the I in the cell, that much the I in the body. The sense of existence is common. But cell has a cellular existence, body has a bodily existence. Are you getting that point? How to make it simpler? In the same way also. When I, the individual, says I, one body, one thought, set of thoughts. You say I, same thing, one body, set of thoughts. When Ishvara says I, is no more one body with one thought, it at once all the bodies, all the thoughts, where you are included. That is why feeling isolated comes only because of ignorance. Lonely, isolated, comes from the ignorance. When you are aware of yourself, naturally thereafter you discover the body is an inseparable part of the universe. Call it God if you like. Macrocosm can never stand at macrocosm can never keep something away from itself. No micro existence can stand apart from the macro totality. Call it Ishvara, Jiva. That is why the names when given, macro, micro also is given. Sarvam, macro, Alpam, micro. The name of God is Sarvam, is everything. Sarvaya Namaha. Sarvaya Namaha. Devi, Sarvayai Namaha. Understand? Masculine, feminine, neutral, anything. So when he say Aham Sarvasya Prabhava, everything, I am the Prabhava from which Aham Vasudeva Aksham, I am the Vasudeva. They call it Vasudeva. Why Vasudeva? Vasayati Sarvaniti Vasa, Dyotanatmakam Devam. So his name is Vasudeva. Vasayati Sarvan, Asmin Sarvam Nivasati, in which everything exists. Vasayati Sarvan, which pervades everything, shelters everything. Vasu. Dhyatanatma of Devam, light of light, consciousness yourself. The sun is lighting because your eyes are lighting up. Without your eyes, sun will have no reality. The sun is real because your eyes are real. Your eyes are real because your mind is behind it. Your thoughts are real because you are behind it. You are real because you are real. No reason for it. Swe mahimniti sthati. Swarat, existing in its own glory, consciousness itself. When you see that reality, recognize from that, sarvam pravartate, everything comes from it. Iti matva, thus knowing, mam bhajante, buddhaha, iti matva, knowing this, they become wise. Wise people do not know God. Wise people do not know themselves. Those who know themselves and therefore they are aware of God, they are wise. Don't put the cart before the horse. Don't say wise people know the truth. Wise people never know the truth. Those who know the truth, they become wise. Buddha. Ye jananti, those who bhajante, such a Buddha. Bhavasamannita bhajante. They worship me with bhavasamannita. Bhavasamannita means what? Bhavana, paramartha tattva abhinivesha. Always aware of themselves. Paramartha tattva, the absolute identity of their own, they recognize in themselves. Such people, mam bhajante, always worship me. Worshipping means what? You are conscious of yourself in every action. How do you remember God? Listen carefully. How do you remember God in everything? When you remember yourself in everything. How do you remember India, every part of this country? You may be sitting down in one place. Where are you sitting down? Adiyanamalai. Is it away from India? No. Is it away from the earth? No. Nothing is away from the totality. So you use the word I. Is it away from the absolute, total, all consciousness? Never. So all the time you are aware of yourself. Bhavasamannita. Such people, how do they live their life? Read. Macchitta madgata pranaha bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam dushyanti cha ramanti cha tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te macchitta madgata pranaha bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam dushyanti cha ramanti cha tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Please understand. Macchittaha, madgata pranaha, bodhayanta parasparam, kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Please understand, it is so important to know yourself before you know the God. That is why if your first lesson is listening to something about God, you shall be thoroughly confused. You must begin from the beginning. Be aware of yourself. Should you introduce the child? Please think, friends. The child which is growing up is not even aware he is sitting in the home, which is in this village, in this little hamlet. If you introduce the child, this is earth, this is solar system, he does not know even a home. Are you getting that point, please? Look at the natural growth of the babies. Natural growth of a child. How does the child grow? When the child is born, he doesn't know anything. Does he know anything? Nothing. How does he grow? Confined to the little bed in that house. Has not even crossed by himself, he can't even cross the door. As he's growing up, the mummy carries him outside the home. He sees the world around, bigger house. Still not gone to the village or to the town. Until 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year old, 5-year-old. Some children, some people die in the same village where they are born, even they are 60-year-old. They don't even believe there is another country, continent existing. Just think of the average person. It doesn't know that this is a village, that this little village forms the part of the country, that this little house forms the part of the village, this part of the village belongs to a district, this district belongs to a state, that this state belongs to a country, this country belongs to the earth, this earth belongs to the solar system, this solar system is part of a galaxy, this galaxy part of a series of galaxies called universe. How long it takes? How many people grasp it? If you start with galaxy, what will you understand? Same thing about yourself. Unfortunately, religion means God talk. That is why nobody understands. God is all-pervasive, God is great. Oh, what shall I do? Let him be great. I am stupid. It means nothing. It must begin with a person. Or else this is what you will understand. Matchitta madgata pranaha. The person, always his mind is reveling in me, is living for me. Then you shall say, I must live for God, I must live. Hey, no. Matchitta means his mind revels in me. Don't think of the form of Krishna there. I am in him. Hey Arjuna, I am in him. Aham tesu. I am in them. Te mai. They are in me. So when a person revels in himself, revels in me. Or else the whole thing backfires. Do you understand? The whole thing backfires. That is where a religious person becomes such a nut, full of guilt, full of impossibility. The person cannot even believe that he can understand God. He can see the truth. Why? He has not understood himself. How do you make somebody, listen carefully, oh, this is so beautiful. How do you make somebody understand your glory without making the other person appreciate your glory? Think. I want you to feel how rich I am. Just take an example. I want you to feel how rich I am. Suppose I go on telling, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich. Will you understand anything? What shall I do? Invite you. Come to my castle. Not driving. I bring you in a helicopter, land on the top of the house. Then there are 5-7 people receiving you. Then you walk into the hallway, whoa, it's like a football field. Then it is so in your bedroom, you don't know where to put your head and tail. So big. So many doors, so many beautiful beds, so many sofas, so many things. Bathroom, you don't know whether you will swim or bathe. Just think of it. I push you into all these things. Then dining table you come, 32-seater crystal table. What will happen? After that, what shall you think of me? Oh, whatever you say, the fellow is really rich, you know. Why? You know, you have participated in his glory. How do you understand the glory of God without participating in the glory of God? God is great, God is great, God is great. What shall I do? Are you getting that point, please? And God is not so insensitive. The totality is not insensitive because He has got that touch of infinity in all of us. Once you are in touch with infinity, oh boy, you can't miss the God. You know He alone is, she alone is. And who is more godly than the other? Everybody is as godly as anybody else. Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me dvashya asti na me priyaha. I am the same in all the beings. Even as a human being, you can't make somebody feel rich without introducing him to your richness. How do you make other person feel the greatness of the God without making him a God? Part of it. If you are separate, all the time separate from the totality, you will have a fear, anxiety, fanaticism. You see that. Machitta, your mind always revels in me. Madgata prana, all your activities centered on me. And you are always conscious of yourself. Bodhayanta parasparam. Parasparam bodhayanta. Mutually discussing all the time, sharing these thoughts with each other. Greatness of the self, greatness of the absolute, greatness of the God. You share that, you'll never be tired. Think of it. You share the absolute, then share anything you like, you will not be tired. But if you are sharing your riches, someday you will be fed up. Sharing poverty, you shall be fed up. Sharing your body, you will be tiring. After some time, you will be tired of your body also. That is why even marriages and relationship which begins with such fanfare, everything comes to an end. Because you are too familiar with the body, it has no novelty anymore. So new bodies you are looking for. Like new land, new house you are looking for. Same thing. If you are sharing your thoughts, at one time you may be tired also, it is limited. But sharing the self, the absolute, never tiring. So share it, absolute knowledge. Then you want to share something? Very good. Why? Nice food is there, let's eat together. Our body is good, okay. The thought is good, okay. You sharing something. Because you know, soon you will be tired of your body. So forget it. Soon you will be tired of other things. Doesn't matter. But we are basically one with each other. Tushyanticha ramanticha. Are you getting that? This is the secret of a lasting relationship. But if you are a person finding little firework, excitement, only listen to the physical body, or listen to a thought, or because of the riches, oh, we share the same interest in appreciating the art. How long? Maybe a painting, maybe food. We appreciate food. Then suddenly one fellow is diabetic. What food? Just think of it. But if you appreciate, if you share the absolute knowledge, you are bonded forever. Happy with myself. Thereafter, your presence is beautiful, absence also beautiful. Why? No human body can last forever. As long as you are together, excellent. Now suddenly it comes to an end, what to do? What can you do about it? Parasparam bodhayanta. Kathayantasya. Bodhayanta, helping each other to understand. Budh, to understand. Kathayanta, talking about it. What is the most glorious thing you can talk about? Think of it. Is there anybody who gets tired of talking his own glory? I am the absolute, I am the all-pervasive, I am this, I am this, I am this. And when you say that, other person also is enjoying it. Why? When I say I am happy, you are also happy. When I say I am rich, you may be poor. When I say educated, you may be uneducated. When I say young, you may be old or younger. But when I say I am absolute, you are as absolute as I am. When I say I am happiness, you are as happy as I am. Therefore, kathayantaha, bodhayantaha, tushyanticha ramanticha. all the time reveling in life. This is how life is spent. What is the most interesting topic? Think. What is the most interesting topic you can talk about? Absolutely. So all the time, even while talking about relative things, you do not lose sight of the absolute. If you do not lose sight of the happiness that you are, understand? That is the basic. When you do not lose sight of that, relative things will go on changing. In every changing situation, you are with the changeless. Therefore, you happily go through the changes. Relationship, fantastic. Relating to people becomes so interesting. Why? I am so contented, happy with myself. And that is Ishvara. Parasparam kathayanta, bodhayanta, tushyanti cha, ramanti cha, they tushyanti. Satisfied with themselves and ramanti cha, ratim cha prapnuvanti, priya sangatyaiva, as though, ramanti cha, as though with somebody you love, that type of somebody you love, because you are in love with the whole creation. I am happy with myself, therefore everything excites me. Excitement never goes away from your life. Why? The world is so continuously changing, is not a problem. It's a new excitement. Continuously changing world is no more a fear. Because you know for sure, change is the changeless law of the universe. It must change. Who I am is changeless absolute. Therefore, enjoy every changes. Tushyanti, ramanti. Acceptance of everything as it is becomes beautiful. In the world, what happens? I like only rich people, poor people I hate. Or I like only poor people, rich man I hate these rich fellows, arrogant. Some people, I like only young ones. Old people I hate. Some people, old age is very mature, young fellow is useless. You must enjoy the youth, enjoy the old age, enjoy the living, enjoy the dying, enjoy poverty, enjoy prosperity, enjoy thought of any kind. Tushyanti ramanti. Why? The person is abiding in himself. To such people who thus are reveling in themselves, tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Such people, those who are priti purvakam bhajatam, those who are worshipping me, thinking of me, contemplating upon me as themselves, for such people, dadami buddhiyogam tam buddhiyogam dadami, I shall give them this buddhi yoga. What is that buddhi yoga? Buddhi yoga means matta samyak darshanam mattattva vishayam tena yoga. This is buddhi. Samyak darshanam, right knowledge without any doubt and error. I shall give them. When Bhagavan says, I shall give them means what? They cannot escape that knowledge of being with themselves. Understand? Be quiet and escape quietude. Try. That's a very nice statement. Huh? Be quiet and escape quietude. Be silent and escape silence. And if you can catch that quietude being quiet, now shout as much and escape the quietude, that also you cannot. Are you getting that point? Shout as much as you like, but escape the silence. If you recognize the silence, can it be disturbed by your sound? If you know how to listen to the sound, it enhances the silence as though. So, Can you escape this understanding? Bhagavan says, Buddhi yogam dadamidam. Yena, by which mam ipayandite, they come to me. They come to me means what? They recognize that they are always in me. At no time they can escape the touch of infinity, embrace of God. Call it God, call it truth, call it consciousness, call it Deva, Devi, anything you like. Nobody can escape that knowledge of totality, Ishvara. But it begins with yourself. Yourself. Then only when you understand the I of you, aham pratyaya gochara, understand the meaning of the word I, then only you shall understand I of Ishvara. That is why Bhagavan, before revealing himself, first tells Arjuna who is he, then only reveals himself toward the truth. That is why first 6 chapters talks so elaborately about yourself. The next 6 chapters talk about Ishvara. Now it is going on. Okay, for such people, we shall see in the afternoon. Read. Tesham evanukam partham aham ajnanajam tamah nashayami atmabhavastah jnanadipena bhaswata. It's a beautiful verse. We'll see in the afternoon. Okay, close your eyes, please. Just be conscious, please. As you go about doing your routine work every day, be a little more conscious. Long before you speak, see the thought, what you are about to speak. Long before you act, be conscious of the thought you are about to act on. When you are keeping yourself aware of every thought, you can escape being the awareness itself. It looks as though because you see an object, your eyes exist. But in reality, it is the other way around. Because your eyes exist, you see the object. Same way it looks as though because you are thinking, you must be conscious. Because you are conscious, therefore, thoughts happen. The celebrated statement, I think, therefore I am, is such a mistake. You are, and therefore you think. Thoughts come because consciousness is. Because consciousness is, the thoughts come. Not that because thoughts come, you are conscious. It's like telling, because the objects are seen, therefore eyes must be. No. Eyes are. Therefore, objects are perceived. Ears are. Therefore, sounds are heard. Because of your sounds, your ear doesn't exist. Because of your thought, you don't exist. Because you are, therefore, thoughts happen. So be the consciousness. And that is the Lord, the God, the Ishvara in you. When Krishna says, I, aham teshu, maya tatamidam sarvam, by me everything is pervaded. The same awareness, here, there, everywhere. See that.